This morning. Now, I wanted you in studio so badly to share about what you're doing, but I was so emotionally moved by your Facebook page and the videos that are on there. First of all, let's talk about Hachi and what he does.
Sure. This is Hachi the Wonderdog. He's very relaxed right now, you can see. He's a hospice therapy dog with me. I'm chaplain at Advanced Hospice, and I take him with me when I visit people in nursing facilities, assisted livings, and what he does, well, is kind of this. You know, he just brings a real calming, peaceful atmosphere to people, and, you know, he helps people feel better. You know, people have had a dog, you know, and maybe they remember a dog from times past, and, you know, they pet him and feel better. Because he's little, he can get into bed, you know.
And what's fascinating is that you were saying he's so intuitive. He knows exactly what each of the people need or are looking for.
Right. He matches moods. If someone's, you know, kind of upbeat and wants to play, then he will play with them. If he senses that they're sad or down, he will snuggle up next to them and he kind of cuddles with them. He maybe will give them a quick lick on the face and like, it's okay. And yeah, he has his own way of relating, and it's different. You know, I've watched him over the years. It's different with everyone. He meets the people where they are.
Yeah, and so some of the people, you know, obviously they're in hospice, so they're getting towards the end of their life.
Right.
And they may be alone, they may not have their family with there. How does their demeanor change when they see Hachi?
Oh, it's huge. There's people that so much look forward to him. They forget me. They don't know who I am. But they like, oh, Hachi's here. They hear his little tags jingling and get very excited. And especially, like you say, for people that don't have a lot of family or maybe no family. Maybe, you know, various things have happened. People are estranged from their family. But Hachi comes in and he's a friendly presence, you know, non-judgmental, no, hey, you need me, I'm here kind of dog.
And he's even been there when people have passed.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
I mean, I was there. I wasn't there in the moment my grandparents had passed, but I was at hospice, and it's anyone who has been there knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's very emotional. It's a little sad, you know, it's somber, and so to bring this light is so amazing because these people, I mean, they don't know what's going to happen to them or what phase they're at, and so he really is a wonder dog.
He is. I mean, he's been a very calming influence, and there's been people that I've seen have drawn strength from him coming to visit, and it's almost like, it's okay, it'll be okay, I'm here with you, it'll be okay, I'll stay with you.
He gives them peace in his way.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going out on? What is your big adventure?
Well, we're doing Hachi's Hike for Hospice. It's a 375-mile hike from the California-Nevada border to Limantour Beach at Point Reyes, and the point of that is to raise awareness about hospice and the benefits of hospice and how it can help. And as we go through these little towns with the little newspapers, we're hoping to do interviews, and this is wonderful, being here with you, you know, getting people to talk about end-of-life things. It's sad, it's hard, but if we talk about it before, it's so much easier. And then for people, for when it's right for them, if it's right, you know, Hachi can come visit them, and yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So what we're trying to do is do that hike, raise awareness for hospice, and, you know, we're raising funds for the expenses because, you know, I've got to take a month unpaid leave for a month, and there's expenses involved in that. And then everything beyond the expenses, we're donating to hospice education so that we can get continue to get the word out about the benefits of hospice.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Thanks, Hachi.
Who's that?
Thanks, Hachi. You're doing a very special thing. If you have a couple minutes today, I highly encourage you to hop on your Facebook page. What is it for people if they want to see it?
Facebook page, he has his own Hachi the Wonderdog.
Okay, check it out, because I was sitting in the middle of the newsroom just bawling my eyes out. It was so emotional, and I think anyone who has been had a family member in hospice can fully understand and embrace and appreciate what you're doing. So thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
All right, Co, back over to you.
Very cool, very cool.